So I'm getting ready to launch a website and doing some cross-browser testing and remember or realize that Foundation 4 doesn't support IE8, and the reason is IE8 basically doesn't support media queries. And Foundation has this mobile-first mindset where they start everything is basically wrapped in media queries, or almost everything, especially the grid. And did some Google searching and didn't really come up with anything that looked simple or easy. And I tried something and it worked pretty well, so I thought I'd share it. And so basically, as I got to thinking that IE8 doesn't support media queries, so all the content is there that IE8 needs. It just doesn't support. It's hidden because it doesn't support media queries. So what I did was, first off, I went. This is a Rails project, so I just went to my project. I clicked on my main application and I just saved this as a new style sheet, and I'm creating just a new directory in my app asset style sheets directory called IE, and I just save that content there. And then let's see if we can open that up. Okay. And then, so anything that's not wrapped in a media query, IE8 can already access, and probably doesn't have an issue. And so there may be a lot of other issues that you come into contact with as far as like uh, gradients or CSS3 type things. But what I'm focusing on here is mainly the grid, because if you use the grid in Foundation 4 and you try to create a site based off that grid, then in IE8 it's gonna basically look like it does in the mobile view, but it's gonna be super wide, so you're not gonna have any floats or anything like that. So basically, what I did is just go down and I just deleted everything out of here that wasn't wrapped in a media query. So that's the first thing I did. And I'm not going to do all these, but I'll just show you. Um, so, oops, actually. Okay, so there's media. Okay, here's some not in media, so we can go to the next media. So anyway, you get the point. You only first just weed out everything that's not wrapped in a media query. Then you want to take a look at each media query and say, okay, is this something I want my IE8 style sheet to contain? And like this one says media only screen, so I'm thinking, yeah, that's pretty good, we'll keep that. So I'm just going to delete, you just delete the media query wrapper. Oops. And so now you just have the CSS there. And so like this one, depending on how you lay out your grid, you could just keep this one, or I think there's another one for large displays. You could keep this one. So you have to choose which media query you want to keep. But ultimately, I wound up, this is my style sheet. I think it started with the original style sheet's like 8,000 lines, and it came out to this. So I took everything out that wasn't in a media query, and then I kept the media queries that I wanted, and then I deleted the media query wrapper, so it's just style sheets. And then it's basically just a matter of at least if you're in a Rails project, you're going to in your production, you're going to want to make sure that it's being precompiled. So I just added that there. And then in your layout file, I'm just saying if less than IE9, we're going to include IE/IE.css. And then tested that out on IE8, and my site looks really good. I'm pretty happy with everything. Had to do a few other things, like this background color was using RGBA, which IE8 doesn't support. And then if you go through and do some testing, you probably find some other maybe CSS3 things that IE8 doesn't support. But by and large, that got 95% of the issues, and it probably took me 15 minutes to weed all that stuff out. So hope this helped you, and if you have any questions, put them in the comments.